welcome back to this lesson. So remember that in the last lesson, I just explained the slide that you can see right here on my screen. And I said that in this lesson, we are going to look at examples of how we can get the lowest or highest array value. Just a quick refresher of what we talked about is that there are no built-in function for finding the max of main value in an array, which means that if you want to find maybe the highest number or the lowest number in a given array, there are no inbuilt functions to actually achieve that. So to do that, you have three options, which is you can sort the array and then read the first or last elements to check which one is the lowest and which one is the highest. You can use the math minimum or math maximum function method, and you can also write a homemade function. So we are going to be looking at the three, and the first one we are going to be looking at is how to find the mean or max with the sort method. So when you sort your array and you've gotten the output, then you can use the index to obtain the highest and the lowest value. So the index is actually the position of the lowest and the highest element, as you are going to be seeing in this lesson. So let's dive in. So here is it. This was what we worked on in the last lesson to generate random values. As you can see, random order for our array numerical values. So let's quickly move on from here. And to need this same example, I can just change the number actually, or I can just increase it. 11, here, 10. Okay, this is fine. Then what do I want to do? I want to sort this. And inside this sorting, I need my compare function. Don't forget, because I'm working on number, in order to get the actual data that I need to sort. So I need this to compare each of the numerical values and give me output. So now that I have this, I can use document.get element by id table 1 dot inner html plus point. Now, just a moment. Think something is actually holding my screen. So let me stop this. I don't know, but this is freezing. So I can just do points and index position because I want to find the lowest possible value from this. So I don't need this. Let me comment it out. I don't as well need this. So let me just comment it out. So this is what I have left right now. Let me see, did anything change? Did I tamper with anything here? Okay, not really. So let's check. Okay, so my browser is back. Sorry for that slow response. So now, if you take a look at this now, you can see that I have 1. And how was I able to get 1? By using the index of the output, the index of the sorted array. So I just said, okay, my array index starts from 0. So after I've sorted out my array, then pick the smallest number as a position value at the index position of 0. And what do you have? You have 1. Now, if you take a look at this now, this array, you will see that the smallest element here is 1, which means that using this index position to get the lowest minimum value is correct. And if we want to get the other one, which is the max value from our index 2, so it is still the same process, but the only thing that will change is what we have here. Remember that when working in an ascending order, so it usually starts from the lowest to the highest. So when you want to reverse, when you want to get the maximum number, that means you will reverse this. Instead of a minus b, so it will now be b minus a. So this is how the reverse order works. And by the time I do this, let's see if there's anything that will change in our code. We're still going to use this index position of 0 to get whatever it is that will be our maximum value. Remember that the way the reverse method works is that it will start from the head, which means it will start from the highest to the lowest. So if you see what we have on the screen, 100 corresponds to the highest element of this array. By using this reverse method for compare method, we're able to get the highest and the maximum element, the maximum number in our element, which is 100. So this is how you use the short method to get the minimum then the maximum array value. So you first short your array either in an ascending way or in a descending way, and then you now read the first, or also the shorting will read the first or last element. And then after you shorten your array, then you can now use the index to obtain the highest and lowest value, which is this 0 that you can see in this bracket. So this is the index. This is the index that place is talking. Passing index position of 0 and of 0, which is the beginning of your element, then it will give you the correct answer as to the maximum value when you are doing this descending order. And if you are doing an ascending order, the same index position of 0 will give you the lowest array value from your list of array. So this is how we can get the lowest, the minimum, and the highest array value using the short method. So in the next lesson, we'll carry on by looking at the other two methods of how you can use the math.min and the math.max method, as well as how you can make your own function in order to achieve this very purpose in JavaScript. Thank you, and in the next lesson we shall continue. Do not forget to practice and go over everything.